Okay, the time is approximately 12:30 a.m. On the 28th of November. The what you see on screen is tweets from BBC Sport. Um, the tweet was live as of the 26th of November. I'm going to take you through four tweets from the BBC in what I believe to be chronological order on their Twitter feed. So this one, BBC Sport reposted BBC 5 Live Sport. Max Verstappen wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's his 19th win of the 2023 season. Hear from him and the rest of the top three over on BBC Sounds. Okay, and there's a link. And the picture, it says, it's been another impeccable performance from Verstappen. He's given us so much this year and dominated so many times, but this one, he's been practically perfect in every way. And that was by Jenny Gow on 5 Sports Extra. This is Jenny Gow, the BBC employee in their Formula One department, who in Brazil was suggesting the notion that Carlos Sainz, who crashed out on the formation lap, when that race was red flagged a couple of laps into the race, she was suggesting that Carlos Sainz could have got that Ferrari onto the back of a truck, got it back to the pits, and then retake the start at that restarted race. That's what Jenny Gow presented to us. Also, she then went on to speculate the order of that restart, whether Lando Norris would be allowed to start second or whether he'd be back in sixth, his original starting position. Such is the knowledge and expertise of somebody that the BBC employs to present to you the sport of Formula One. Okay, now this is the key of the article of this video. The numbers at the bottom. It's got 47 likes. Okay, the little graphical symbol 115,000. So I believe that's the post reach of 115,000 potential views. It should have reached 115,000 people. 47 likes. Okay, so the fact that just 47 people are reacting to the fact that Max Verstappen won that Grand Prix out of 115,000 people that viewed that, does that not demonstrate to you that there is a strong public opinion that it has detached itself from believing the authenticity of something? We'll move on to the next one that came out. So, BBC Sport, Max Verstappen wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. 19 wins this season with these mind-blowing emojis. Wow, mind-blowing. 19 wins this season, which means he's won all but 3 races. Blows your mind, doesn't it? So a little snapshot and a couple of words, and that tells us the complete picture, doesn't it? Wow, it's mind-blowing. There is no explanation. There is no explanation as to why. There is no explanation as to the fact that all season we've seen a car that is far and away above the other competitors in that whole competition. There's no explanation that in the 2021 season that team broke the rules of the sport, and in doing so that results in a performance advantage that particular team has been allowed to keep. That's cheating. But what the BBC is doing, it's presenting, wow, he's done 19 wins. That's mind-blowing. So again, we look at the numbers at the bottom. That's reached 309,000 people. If the stats are to be believed, 1,000 people have liked it. Okay, 1,000 people have liked the fact that Max Verstappen wins and has won 19 races. Okay, on to the next slide. This one. BBC Sport. Lewis Hamilton finishes another F1 season without a win. And a picture of Lewis Hamilton looking pretty despondent. Okay, looking pretty despondent. That reached 3.2 million people, and 6.3 thousand people have liked it. 6.3 thousand people seem to delight in the fact that Lewis Hamilton did not win a race in 2022 and 2023. I have never seen a mainstream broadcaster, an authentic broadcaster, publish or headline statistics about an athlete which focus on failure. What are you doing, BBC? You know what you're doing, BBC, by creating this tweet in the first place, by creating this graphic in the first place. This graphic, BBC Sport, that you created. Lewis Hamilton wins, 0. Lewis Hamilton wins, 0. You created that graphic. And you did so. And 6.3 thousand people delighted in Lewis Hamilton not achieving a victory in those seasons. What are you doing? You are perpetrating hate. You are feeding hate. Remember this one, BBC. Hate won't win. Tackling online abuse. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? Do you remember that? To this guy, Andrew Benson. Hate won't win, Andrew Benson. The BBC's chief Formula One writer in charge of that department. And you publish a post saying Lewis Hamilton finishes another season without a win. Did you explain that? Did you explain that he was up against a team which cheated in 2021, which has resulted in that team getting lasting performance advantages, and that we've seen something over the course of the last 2 seasons that we've not seen to this degree over the course of the last 30 years of the sport? Have you explained that? No. What you've done, you've looked and highlighted and presented this as though it is the failing of one man. That's what you've done. And you've done so knowing full well the reactions that it would get and the fact that 6.3 thousand people are clearly happy about that. You feed their hate. The final slide is this one. Max Verstappen ended the most dominant season in Formula One history with victory at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. 19 wins in 22 races with an exclamation mark. Wow. That's reached 141,000 people. 207 have liked it. Would that indicate just 207 people out of 141,000 people don't believe this to be authentic? But the BBC present the narrative. This is who is talking to the world, presenting to the world the falsehood that is Formula One. Many people can see it for what it is. Just 207 people. And these are screenshots. These were published on the 26th of November. These are screenshots from just after midnight. Okay, so the early hours of the 28th of November. 207 people out of 141,000. But 6.3 thousand people. And it reached 3.2. And why is 3.2? Because people are interested in Lewis Hamilton. Okay? People are interested. Of those millions do care. Millions do value him. Millions do respect him. Millions do acknowledge what he has truly accomplished, which is 8 world championships. Millions do know that he has been robbed. Millions do understand that this sport is corrupt. And yet the BBC post this. And it feeds the trolls. It feeds the 6.3 thousand trolls. Who are you appealing to, the BBC? Who are you appealing to? You're seeking to cause divide. You're seeking to perpetrate hate. And this is disgusting. This is truly disgusting.